In this video, we're going to look at Tennessee and some of their stack formations out of twins, out of 20 personnel, also out of doubles, out of 10 personnel. And right here, just going to show you kind of what most people will start with when they stack receivers right here. What they're looking for is ways to get numbers out of the box right here. So all they're doing is, it could be any kind of run. Tennessee here is running tackle power, and they're just basically having RPO outside. Are the numbers there? Have they stepped down? Have they got there quick enough? If not, flip the ball out there in space. Take those quick screens to the outside. If not, run the run right there up the middle and see what happens. Right here you can see 34 seconds on the play clock, and this ball is getting snapped. So what they're doing, they're running quickly, that stack formation, running tackle power. So right here, just a quick overview of what the tackle power would be. Going to double say gap player backside. He's going to base there. Quarterback's reading here, base, pull for the front side. Takes your safety, actually rolls down right here. But really, the look is, are they lined up outside? If not, flip it out there. It's just that quick key screen if they like it. But right here, for whatever reason, they don't like the numbers. They don't like the spacing right there. It's a 2nd and 3. Run the ball down here, running power. Get a kick right there on the linebacker, fall forward for a first down. And this is just kind of the base that most teams would have, just some sort of a run downhill with those screens outside. But we'll take a look at a few other times when they have thrown the key screen, also some other things they've done out of these stack formations. Here's a look here for Tennessee out of this 20 personnel set. Twins stacked to the boundary right here, and basically they're running counter to the wide side of the field. You've got your quick key screen there on the outside, and they like it, so they flip it out there. On the outside, what they do, the guy that's on the back, he actually goes forward. He's about to the line of scrimmage whenever he stops, and the guy that's the point of it, all he does is block most dangerous. Or out to the corners, roll down, take him, try to be violent right there, be physical. Good job being physical, backing him up a little bit. Quarterback likes it, so he takes it right there. Isn't quite pre-snap. Right here, what you can see is you see a little bit of a ride here by Hendon Hooker. Gets that ball in the gut. Now he likes it. He sees that this corner doesn't quite jump it. That safety doesn't quite jump it. There's space there. Pull it. Flip it out there to your guy. If he can make somebody miss, he can create a big play. But right there, playing fast, at least gets vertical. Gets the team 4 right there, and then he gets out of bounds. So right there, I think Hooker's looking to see what if it's soft enough to get a free completion, and they take it right there. Get 3 or 4 yards right there against Georgia's defense. Obviously, you'll take 3 or 4 yards every single play if you can take it. Right here on this one, a 2nd and 1, 10 personnel. You got double stack. And as you see, pre-snap, if I was just looking at it, I'd say those guys are pretty tight. If there's a pre-snap read, I would say, hey, let's run the ball. If you're running zone base right there, you're going to take 4 down. And the mic, which is what they're doing right here. But looks like he's reading his outside linebacker right here. Post-snap, you see the ball is caught. His eyes slip right there. His outside backer's getting the box. Safety's being pretty aggressive. So he flips his hips, flips it out there to that hitch. Safety is pretty aggressive there low, and they actually take advantage of this later in the game against Pitt, and we'll see that later. But as you see, that was his read on this one. That safety was a little bit tighter than I would have liked to be able to take this throw, but right there makes him miss, gets vertical, gets first down right there on a 2nd and short. Here's a look again at 2x2, stacked out there wide. Going quick, I know there's 40 seconds, but since it's under 40 seconds there on the game clock here, they didn't let that thing roll at all, so it's still 40. It's probably pretty quick just based off the way the defense is not quite getting aligned. But right here, as you're looking at it, it is a 6-man box. So if you're sitting there as a quarterback, 4-2 box, 6-man box. If it's a 2 high, or right here, it looks almost like a 3 high shell. Should be spaced out there playing a little bit of a Tampa. Great job here by the receiver being physical, keeping your base right there and trying to move that guy just a little bit. Takes his completion. Again, 2nd down. They love calling this play on 2nd down, 2nd and short, 2nd and medium. Right there. Box is too heavy right there to run the ball. So flip the ball out there, find your uncovered. Good completion there. And again, just get vertical, get the team 4 right there. And if you make somebody miss right there, maybe you get a bigger play. But right there, a 2nd medium. Easy throw and catch. Trying to get that quarterback into a rhythm. Getting the ball outside, and also getting your receivers in the rhythm as well. Getting vertical for about 7 or 8. Obviously, if you've thrown that a couple times or they've seen it, you think they're going to be pretty aggressive, you can throw this stutter out there at them. And all it is the guy behind, he's faking like he's getting a screen, a little bit of a shoulder fake here by the quarterback. And now he's looking to go vertical. Just basically reading space. He says safety rolling down, so he goes past him vertically towards the middle of the field. And right there, the guy that typically gets his screen, he ends up going vertical as well. Can be the 2nd option. Maybe vertical read that thing. But that safety's flat-footed. Goes over the top of it for a touchdown right there for Tennessee. Here's another look of it right here. As you can see, he comes out, comes to balance. He's showing hands like he's about to get the football. Then once he sees his eyes get off him, he starts breaking. Now he goes vertical. Easy throw and catch right there for a touchdown for Tennessee. After you've thrown that quick screen to the outside, now you can go over the top with the stutter. Saw earlier from Pitt that safety was really flat-footed on those quick screens out there to the stack side. And right here, what they run is kind of their deep choice. And all this obviously starts off with that screen game out there with the run. Little run action right here. The guy that's on tip, he actually comes off and looks like he's blocking or trying to block. He's getting hands on and he slants that late. And you see the guy behind, he doesn't do anything except for just take off with an outside release right there. So getting hands on like he's blocking and he bursts inside. This safety, he's opened his hips to the middle of the field already, maybe rolling to a 1 high because he's rolling down. Right here, this corner's getting ground, so it's not the exact look as the last one, but he's a little flat-footed, doesn't have eyes on that guy, and he just outruns him. And great throw and catch right here, playing fast off the ball. He's just a little slow to take off running, and now they throw and catch right there for a big play. Obviously in a tight game, the Tennessee ended up pulling out, but right there, supposed to play. Not sure if they call this touchdown or not. It got him down on the 1, but he's supposed to play right there on that deep choice, and they run it again in this game later. Where he's come back to the middle. We'll see that later, but just one of those things where I think it's pretty interesting. He comes off outside release, block, slant. He's running that deep choice. Here's the same play here from Tennessee. Again, he comes off, he's blocking slant, outside release. As soon as the ball snaps, I'm going vertical. If he's over top, I'm gonna go back across his face. And right here, you can play it. You watch these receivers. The guy that's in front, obviously, comes off like he's blocking, showing hands, trying to touch him right there, and then he goes slant. As soon as the ball snapped, I'm releasing. It's a race to the end zone right there. Corner opens up, he's over the top of him. We'll see a different view of this, but right here you can see Hendon, he's sitting there stepping up, let him work, and he gives him a pretty decent ball right there, lets him adjust to it. Big play there for a touchdown. So right here you can see pretty good pro. He ends up stepping up, and once you see the receiver, you'll see his read. So right here, you see him going vertical. He's over the top of him, cutting it off right there, just like the last time he just ran directly by him right down the sideline. This time he's over the top, so he's cutting him off, so he breaks it to the middle of the field. Back across his face, he has a center field turn. Good job here by Hendon Hooker stepping up, giving him a ball where he can use his body, use his size right there, and step into it. Get his body between him and the defender for a big play right there. Here's the look right here. As you can see, he releases, and he's just going vertical. Again, hands on, slant late. It's a race to the end zone. Last time he outran him because he had his eyes off him when playing in cover 3. This time man's up, he cuts him off. Great read here by the receiver, number 4. Just pushes him by, go back to the middle field. He has a center field turn. Now you've got this guy beat. He's trying to grab all that stuff, be strong through that contact. Now he's able to make a play right there. Again, just a really good read there. Be strong through that contact, and he's able to finish the play in the end zone there for a big touchdown for Tennessee. Right here's another play that these quick screens help to set up. Kentucky's actually rolling to a cover 3 right here. Pretty obvious that that's happening right here again. 4-2 box, so right there they're going to be -1 in the box, so they have to read backside or read a linebacker or something and roll cover 3 right there, or they're going to be leaving somebody uncovered for those quick screens. So right here, rolling to cover 3, and all they're doing is running 4 verticals. He's rolling in, going right there. He's going to the seam. These guys are going outside, going vertical. Could sit it down if there's somebody over the top of them. But right here, you see it. There's the roll. You could throw that seam right there right now if you wanted to with that cover 3, but right there he lets it work. And as you can see, this corner actually tries to midpoint this right here. He's opening up. This safety got down to the flats. He's in no man's land. He ain't guarding anything. So a good hole shot right there by Hendon Hooker. Good strong pace to the ball. There's the corner trying to fall off. There's the middle field safety. Nowhere to be had. Huge space right there. Think about that. It's 10 yards each direction where nobody is. There for Kentucky's defense playing cover 3. And an explosive play right there running 4 verticals, because I'm sure they were thinking about that quick screen on the outside and the run up the middle. So they had to get their numbers right in the box, and they also had to roll to cover 3 to try to stop that screen. So you could have thrown that seam right now, or you can let that thing work because that safety is so flat-footed there in the flats, and now they're able to throw that whole shot vertical for a big play there for Tennessee. We have some clips from Tennessee against Georgia where they motion in, or they just start and stack, and they run what I think is an option route. And we see him work in here, stacks it up. He goes vertical. He stutters his feet right there. He's reading. I don't know if he's reading inside to see if the middle's vacated or if he's just reading the defender that's over the top of him. If he can win to the middle of the field, that's what they want to do. But anyway, ball's getting snapped, and we'll see what's happening. Again, 6-man pro, 6-man pressure here as well. And you can see trying to get hands on. Again, playing pretty low. Probably trying to stop those screens. And you can see that receiver, he shakes. He's buzzing his feet right there, reading space, sticks. There's a ton of space to the middle of the field. Easy throw and catch right there on his body. Get vertical, see what happens. Getting the ball in space right there with a little bit of an option route there at a double stack. And we'll look at a couple different clips where they do the same thing in this game. Another look right here. If you're looking down here at the bottom of the screen, he's going vertical. He's stepping up. He's reading space of the defenders. Inside release a little bit, eyes up. He's shaking. He's buzzing. Sticks it to the middle of the field right there. Again, Hen hooker getting to him. Put that thing on his body. Probably don't want to be above his head on that. You want to be to his eyes or below. Make him feel comfortable. Easy throw and catch there for about 5 or 6 on just a little bit of an option. He may be coming dig for that second option or something right there. But like the little shake right there. Easy throw and catch. It opens up a lot of space when they're in that stack. Last look right here, and I think this is a really good one. They end up swinging their back here. I'm not sure if it's because there's only a 5-man box here, but they end up swinging the back, and that ends up taking that linebacker there. You can see he's going vertical to the top of it. The guy behind, I think this is their tight end, fullback type guy. He's stuttering right there, getting him flat-footed. Once he's flat-footed, he knows he's going to be able to beat him because he's got outside leverage, beat him to the middle of the field. Easy throw and catch. Now he's got a tackle right there. Obviously, Georgia has really good football players, so right there, easy throw and catch. Makes a tackle for about 6 or 7. But you can see how easy a throw and catch that is. Swing that back. Get that mic to push out to it. Stick right there off that outside leverage. Use your body right there. Throw and catch. 6-7 yards right there on the 1st and 10. Whenever you get in these stack formations, there are a few things they can do. Obviously, they can come down directly over the top of it, right in the middle. With the defender square, with any kind of outside release right there, there's still going to be a chance for that guy to go to the flats. And with these splits being a little bit tighter, they do end up running a smash right here. So if you're thinking about it, they can either be square, which there's nobody left outside. If you can both outside release, there should be space right there to throw and catch on an out or something along those lines. Obviously, you can hit that corner as well if he falls off to that out. And obviously, just like how Georgia was, if they're outside leverage, trying to play outside leverage, you can run that guy off. Now you option route off that guy, sticking it to the middle of the field and beat him just based off of leverage. So either way, if you got a guy head up, you can get that rub, get it out. If you got a guy outside, now you can stick that, go back to the middle of the field, run those guys off going vertical. So a lot of different things you can do right there at a stack. But right here, as you can see, it's played, but it's going vertical. They actually roll a guy down to it, but there's a rub because he's strong through contact right here. This corner's playing off. There's nobody really in the flats. So easy throw and catch here. Take your 5 yards. See what happens after the throw. But right there, get a completion. Get up close to first. I think they did this a couple times in this game against Pitt. But right here, you can see a bit of a rub there on the guy trying to roll. Easy throw and catch. Free completion, again, on 1st and 10. Take those easy completions every time you get it. Make those D linemen run. Make those guys tackle in space. That's what Tennessee does right here. Obviously in a critical drive in the 4th quarter.